Good morning, guys. Welcome to the LFC Journal. I'm Owen James. This is your Liverpool news update for the 14th of December. Guys, is it just me, or is this month going so goddamn slowly? It really is dragging like a little bitch. It really is. Right, look, we're going to talk Calvin Ramsey this morning. We're going to talk Keith Smith, yes, the AZ Alkmaar defender, who Liverpool apparently, midfielder, who Liverpool apparently are going to rival Real Madrid and Newcastle United for. Wouldn't it be great to piss those mags off yet again? We're also going to talk a little bit of Xavi Alonso and Jurgen Klopp as well. Yes, Jurgen is back in the news after Xavi's sacking from Liverpool, from Real Madrid even. God, what is wrong with me this morning? This bloody cold is getting to me now. It really is. Right, guys, look, let's start off with Calvin Ramsey. Now, obviously, Calvin played in the Palace game, the cup tie, where we unfortunately lost that game. Obviously, the first... last night was an interesting one with that semi-final, wasn't it? Manchester City versus Newcastle. As much as I dislike Manchester City, it's good to see Newcastle lose. And Semenyo scores again. Man, we missed out there. We proper missed out. Anyway, look, Ramsey played in that League Cup tie. There was a lot of talk that he was going to be sent out on loan in January because of the fact that obviously he's not getting any game time. He has been on the bench several times for Liverpool in recent games, but hasn't obviously got on. But with the injury to Conor Bradley, it is now said that Liverpool will not be sending Calvin Ramsey, out on loan. They'll be keeping him at the club as cover in that right back spot. I think it still remains to be seen whether Arne Slot will actually use him. I'd like to see him given games, especially in the FA Cup and also, to some extent also in some of those games. I mean, look at the Burnley game on Saturday. I mean, look, with the greatest respect to Burnley, if you can't trust Calvin Ramsey against Burnley, when can you trust him? And maybe you then send him out on loan because there's no point keeping him. I really hope that with Liverpool now seemingly keeping him because of the fact that we have that shortage at right back, and as it was revealed by David Ornstein yesterday, Liverpool are not going to move in the transfer market despite links to Ryerson from Borussia Dortmund. We're not going to move for a right back. I'd like to see Calvin Ramsey given an opportunity. I don't think this lad lets you down. I think he does a solid enough job. Look, I ain't saying playing him against the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City, for example, but games against Burnley and Wolves and West Ham and Sunderland, I think you can trust him in those games, certainly, and I hope he gets an opportunity to play. I like the lad. I think he's a good lad. Let's hope he gets an opportunity to play over the coming weeks. Right, let's move it on. Let's talk about this young man here, Keith Smith, the Netherlands Youth International, a player who is one of Europe's hot properties at this moment in time, with this under the super agent, obviously Jorge Mendes. Keith Smith is exceptionally highly rated. The AZ Alkmaar midfielder has been linked with the likes of Chelsea, of Arsenal, of Manchester United, of Real Madrid, of Newcastle United. A lot of clubs from across Europe are looking at this young man, Barcelona included. Now, he has played for his country at youth level. He captained the Netherlands under-19s. He is a very, very good young midfield player. Someone who comes in, controls the midfield. Now, Liverpool have kind of, I think, lacked that controlling element to the midfield. The midfield has been not as good this year as it was last year. I think Curtis Jones has done a great job this year. I think, he's kind of made up for the slack of Alexis McAllister, perhaps not been the player that he has been in previous seasons. Dom Szoboszlai has been our outstanding midfielder, and Ryan Gravenberch certainly hasn't obviously been as good as he has in the past. Now, in terms of Keith Smith, as you can see, he is still exceptionally young, but has an awful lot of experience for a young player. He's certainly one that it seems that Liverpool are looking at. Now, this rumour, this story has come from a reasonably reliable source. It's been reported on a number of sources, Liverpool World. It's been reported on This is Anfield. It's been reported on Anfield Index. It's a story that is seemingly has a bit of truth to it, and it's also come via Fabrizio Romano. So look, if the Italian transfer guru is talking about Keith Smith, then I think that this is something we need to look at, and we need to kind of say, yeah, this is a possibility. He would cost between 55 and 65 million pounds. He's 19 years old. He's from Hilo in Holland. He is over 6 foot, so he's a big physical guy for a young lad. Still obviously got space to develop and bulk up as well. He's under contract until 2028, so that's why obviously the value would be there. He can play as a central midfielder, he can play as a defensive midfielder, and he can play as an attacking midfielder. So he can play in any of those roles, 6, 8 or 10. He's a player who Arne Slot is very aware of, obviously having played against him in the Dutch Eredivisie. He's got 4 under-21 caps and captained his country at under-19 level, where he has 16 caps and 4 goals. Keith Smits is a player who has got some very favourable comparisons to some pretty big names that we'll talk about in a minute. But in terms of his season this season, Keith Smits is playing for the team for AZ Alkmaar on a fairly regular basis. He's made 16 appearances for them, scoring 2 goals and 2 assists, so 4 goal contributions in 16 games, 1,399 minutes Keith has racked up in the Eredivisie this season. In terms of that as well, he's played in 94% of their starting 11s and played 91% of their minutes. So he is a player who is a regular for them. He's also played in the Dutch Cup as well, 1 appearance there. He has played Conference League football as well for the for Alkmaar, played in the qualifiers, 6 appearances and an assist there, playing 83% of the starting 11s. He's also made 5 appearances with 2 assists in the Conference League this season, 67% of the starting 11, 73% of the minutes, and has contributed to nearly a third of Alkmaar's goals in that competition. In terms of his overall record, he's made 59 appearances for Alkmaar, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 goal contributions in 59 games, for a young lad, and played at all young Alkmaar age group levels. He is a very, a decent footballer, a quality player. In terms of his scouting report, Smits' primary strengths include vision and ability to read the game. Good range of passing there. He's able to fill holes, he's able to start attacks, he's able to use the ball effectively, allowing him to find space for teammates and exploit opportunities. He's comfortable in possession, has superior technical ability and can break the press effectively. Obviously something that Liverpool do need to do. His playing style has drawn comparisons to top midfielders such as Kevin De Bruyne and Frenkie de Jong. Obviously the former in that list is one that, if he's anywhere even near as good as Kevin De Bruyne, you are getting one hell of a player there. Experts note that Smit is a better goal scorer than De Jong. He also possesses leadership qualities, having captained Netherlands under-19 to European Championship glory. So, he has had experience of winning at the highest level in youth football. Like I said, his football is good. He is an experience. He is carrying experience. He is getting experience. He is a player who has speed, ability. He has the talent to speed up the play, which is something Liverpool badly needs. So, this is something that Liverpool may well be looking at in this transfer window, even in this transfer window, as the kind of battle to get Keith Smits heats up a little bit, with like I said, the Newcastle United anxious to bring in players to reinforce their team, and obviously Real Madrid also interested, along with teams like Barcelona, Dortmund, Manchester United as well, have also looked at this young lad too. So look, I suppose if you were given a choice between Man United and Liverpool, you're going to choose Liverpool. Who'd want to go to Man United, the biggest, let's face it, basket case football club in world football? Guys, let me know your thoughts on that transfer link this morning. I'd be certainly happy to take Keith Smits at Liverpool. I think he looks a very good young player. Looking back at those stats. Right, let's have a little look, shall we, at these two here. Jurgen Klopp and Xavi Alonso. Jurgen Klopp, let's start with Jurgen. Let's start with a man I still miss. A man who I wish was still at the club. As I said the other day on X, do you honestly think we'd be playing this slow, boring, predictable football that we're playing under Arne Slot if Jurgen was at the club? Well, of course we wouldn't be. Of course we wouldn't be. Jurgen Klopp has said some pretty interesting things as regards not only Xavi Alonso, but also, in terms of the Real Madrid job, which he has been linked to. He talked a little bit about Xavi Alonso leaving Madrid, and he said, basically that if Xavi Alonso is getting the push from Madrid, given his record and given the way that he manages teams and given the way that he plays football, there's got to be something badly wrong at that football club. And I think he's right, and all these people that are saying, oh, he's failed at Madrid, why would you want someone who's failed at Madrid at Liverpool? I don't think he did fail at Madrid. The issue you have with Xabi Alonso and Real Madrid is the fact that Real Madrid players are more interested in being Real Madrid players rather than actually playing for Real Madrid. They're interested in the image, the partying, all that goes with it. The likes of Vinicius Jr., the arrogant prick Jude Bellingham, who I saw hilariously linked to Liverpool the other day. I really hope that's not true. I don't want that arrogant prick anywhere near this team. So look, Jurgen's right on that one. I don't think you can put any stock in Xabi Alonso's time or criticism in Xabi Alonso's time at Real Madrid, because of the fact that, like I said, Madrid are just a club that have little to no respect for their managers, and their players are out of order. It'll be interesting to see how Alvaro Arbeloa copes with that. Now, on his prospective links to Real Madrid, Jurgen said this. He said, "My phone has rang a few times today, but it was not Real Madrid, and that's a good thing. There is nothing that draws me to this job. There is nothing that draws me to this job." So it's clear that Jurgen is not in the slightest bit interested. And given those comments that he made about the players and about Madrid as a club, I really don't think that he is even on their shortlist. As for Xabi Alonso, look, I think Xabi Alonso would be a fantastic manager for Liverpool. Do I think it gets done anytime soon? Probably not. I think, if Xavi is available in the summer, I think there is a real conversation to be had. I'll stand by what I've said all along this season now, which is that Arne Slot will be gone in the summer if he doesn't win the Champions League, which is entirely, I think, realistic that he won't win it, because I don't think we're good enough to win the Champions League this season. Alonso would be a great replacement for him. And all these people that are coming out with these comments that, Arne Slot has outcoached Xabi Alonso twice. Well, if we're going to use that argument, then Keith Andrews has outcoached Arne Slot. So should he be Liverpool manager? Sean Dyche has outcoached Arne Slot. Should he be Liverpool manager? Peter Bosz, the manager of PSV Eindhoven, has outcoached Arne Slot twice now. Should he be Liverpool manager? So I think those of you who are coming out with that argument clearly know about as much about football as a dog turd. So let's get something in reality here. I think Alonso would bring a more aggressive, better style of football to Anfield than Arne Slot would. And I certainly would be all in favour of him taking the job. Guys, look, let me know your thoughts on Jurgen's comments and also on Xabi Alonso too. Right, that is it for this morning. Thank you for watching the Liverpool FC Journal. If you've enjoyed the content, please, of course, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.